What up, party people? Thank you for joining me on FYI. I am your handsome host, a licensed private investigator out of the state of California. The reason I'm introducing Final Cut Pro is a couple months back I was in court and I'd observed another investigator projecting their videotape up on that 5 foot by 5 foot screen, and I got to tell you, it was gut wrenching. Not only did the investigator have a subpar camcorder, and hey, I get it, if that's all you can afford at that point in time, hey, you got to do you. But then, coupled with the software that they were using, really, they were obviously stuck in the 90s. So Final Cut Pro is nearly pro grade. In fact, a lot of pros do use it. Video editing software, and we just don't want to use that word editing in court. We use it for the purposes of adding date and timestamps, maybe cutting down some clips. I'll give you cool intros and exits, play with some tiles a little bit, and on top of that, for all you logo junkies that you gotta like piss on all your own stuff, we'll go ahead and watermark your logo into your video for you. Again, I don't recommend any of that fun stuff or any of those shenanigans. If you know your video is going to court, cut the clips down to save the court some time, date and timestamp, export. That's it. Let's get started. I've got Final Cut Pro on the ready. You can always go into the upper right hand corner with a little hourglass, do your little pop-up window, Final Cut Pro, bang, there you go as well. But since I've got it ready and we're up on the screen, let's go ahead and do this. So since Final Cut Pro is open, what I recommend doing is deleting all your previous work. So let's go ahead and right click it, move to trash. Okay, move to trash. Okay. Oh yeah, boom, trash, trash, trash. So now, or you can always go up above. You can go to your file, library, close library. Boom. Now you're starting off with a entirely clean slate, and then go to new library. Let's go ahead and name that bad boy, save it. I prefer to just save it to my desktop, or unless you got like a pretty badass external drive, you could do that as well. Let's go into our settings here. Preferences. In our preferences, let's go to editing. That's all good. Playback, background, render, create optimized. Boom, 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 boom. That's all good. Import. Copy to file storage location. We do not want that. We want to make sure leave files in place is selected. And that's kind of a big deal, because when you're let's say you plug in a small SD drive and you're using the SD drive, you want to take your video and drag it to your external hard drive or even onto your desktop, and then that way when it's working from the desktop and or your badass external hard drive, it's going to be leaving the copies and working with those copies from there. So you don't want to do it with like a little mini SD drive. You want to save it on to either your desktop, which I prefer to do, and then that way when I'm done working and I have the final product up there, I can go ahead and store that wherever I want, or drag it and drop it to like Dropbox or to my external drive and whatnot. So let's go to make sure we have leave files in place. And I think that's the only setting that I would recommend you really look out for. So let's go ahead and import our media. I'm going to plug in my external SD card drive. It's going to try to automatically open everything. I don't want that. What I prefer to do is find the videos that I want to use, which I have here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight these videos. I'm going to drag them off of my SD card onto the desktop. You could drag it to your hard drive or whatever else you're working from. This is just what I prefer to do. Okay, great. Now that the videos are imported, I've got them on my desktop. Before we get working, one huge tip that I'd like to recommend to everybody. We went ahead, we removed those video clips and we got those cleared out. Let's go ahead and empty our trash. That's going to save us a ton of disk space. Go to folder, library, go. Oh, I almost like completely screwed up. Not good. So let's go to library. Let's go to cache. Now in cache, let's select, we've got the top folder selected, scroll down to the bottom, hold down shift, click that. Now all of them are highlighted. Let's right click it, move to trash. So we've got that library cleared out. Let's just go ahead and empty our trash one more time. I'm going to start a new project. Now that I've got my new project started, I'm going to drag my video clips down below. While everything's still highlighted, I like to go ahead and go up to the upper left. I go to detach audio. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to select the first